Where's my button?
This field group to present the records from our table. So ultimately, table. So and a new record. So we add new books. So right, change the row to book. And what this will become is a form, and that form is linked to our table. So we can update this field group to present the records from our table. So ultimately, once we create or fill out this form, click Save, a new book will be added to our table. We will also have to generate a form for our update screen. So once again, change row to book, and we will generate the form from our table in our backend, just like so. And you can see here that the way this builds in a book that's currently listed within the table, just to show you for reference. So we're just going to go to our book screen, which is our read screen, and within this here you can see a table which lists the books that we have in our current table in our database. We can filter this table's values in the Define Filters tab, and we can take this a step further and add search functionality too. So to add search, we're going to click on this container tab, and we're going to add a form component. Just going to move this form, and we can take this a step further. So the way we can do that is all applications in this container. Left-hand side of your screen, there's a list of screens and components. We will create our columns within our table. The first column we'll create is title. Will be the title of our book. The second column will be the author. The third column will be the status, to be able to show whether a book is available or not. We will by I've got and we'll another row onto our user interface. These screen that for two records. And within this right, table. So we can update this field group to present the records from our table. So we will generate the form from our table in our backend. Okay. Once we create or fill out this form, click Save, a new book will be added to our table. Once again, what this builds in a book that's currently listed within the table, just to show. our book screen, which is our read screen. And within this here, you can see a table which lists the books that we have in our current table.
Blocks, and let's add a chart block. Okay, so by default it opens.
Satisfaction should be sure that should be a choice, I guess.
All right, James. They have automated. Can copy this webhook video query rows. Trigger.row.receiver. So this is coming from the row that got created up here. We can access this to then search the users table for the giver or the receiver. And then we'll do the same thing. So we'll add another one of these in here for the actual receiver. So we'll go ahead and add another one of these. We'll do another query row. So where's that one? We have query row right here. And then kind of thing, row dot, this little, it's going to paste what we're doing here, return, which is only one thing. And then these out of order givers to the thing here, but we are able to grab, and we see that it shows up there for a business that integrates about 15 minutes worth. Turn saying that's because it's another filter. In this case, we'll go ahead and set it up. We'll choose the users table. We'll do another filter for the same kind of thing. We'll filter by ID, and we're going to say where it equals the trigger.row.giver. So this will be going to be me, the giver, and I don't think you heard save that. And in this case, we want our strings. So another one of these we will equal to these one in this and business, which is really cool. We'll call this underscore.
Can making more money be that easy? Invite your friends to join XM and earn up to $35 for each one. Just share your link on.
I'm going to get rid of points. I'm just going to hit the delete key. Have they given? So we'll go ahead and save that column. And now that's all the data that we actually need in here. And we'll see how to actually add this data here in a second. So to do that, we're going to go into our design.
It's either you create a relationship or you
So it's my James at compressedfm.com email so I can.
you have to create a relationship. What else? So, going back to this, we can do validation. We can do validation, application form. Leaderboard is the tricky one. Or we could always put a visualization elsewhere. Auto redirect. What else? Email validation in database.
and have two different start. Imagine, explore. Let's go. We're gonna do. You can do whatever with it. You can. All right. So it's, people are points be worth more at a certain point. This will be a number value, and we'll say that it is required. We could have min and max. So we could say min is 1 and max is 50 or something. You could do whatever you want. So what we'll have those two columns, and then we need 2 more relationship columns. So this is a relationship with the users of who's receiving the kudos and who's giving them. That way we can also display that information. So if we look inside of our users table, this comes by default here with us in the users table. And see, we have the james.q.quick@gmail.com. We have James Quick roll.
Feels a bit strange that.
Admin, etc. One thing we need to do to be able to work with this is go into the buddy base settings. So back in that icon, we'll go into our users, and I actually have 2 users that are in here, the James at compressed FM. But you have the ability to control which users have user and come down and choose which acts as one. Well, up when a James see that we have. All right, so their table, a kudo row to mini, or excuse me, we'll call that one, and then we'll do the same thing, but users take given, save that column. So to do, and we're going to add a screens based. Now we've got, right, that should be kind of this form we have, and then on the right now you can see the settings and customer. I'm going to give her. So we is, and then we'll put it there. That's our new. We have our save button and form, and we can actually trigger this or customize this to add the columns that we want. So we'll say that the points value, we'll say points will default to a value of 1, and then we'll add another column for inside of here or I from a log because we don't have it. So let's go ahead and save logged in user and use that as the giver. We can logged in user is and have that be the giver, and they can choose who the receiver is, and then we'll give it a logged in user there. So to do that, we're going to go into our design. So to do that, we're going to go into our design, and we're going to add a screen. So we're going to start over here. And the cool thing is they will kind of give you some stubbed out values for your screens based on your data model. So if we look at auto-generated screens for Kudo, if we go ahead and add this, now we've got our basic CRUD functionality. You see we have a form here for creating new Kudos, which is great. That's really what we need. And then we've got slash Kudo slash ID. This will be to view an individual one, which we won't really use. And then we have a slash Kudo, which will be kind of the home listing of the Kudos. So let's go into this form. We actually want to change this a little bit. So let's click on our form, click on the form itself. And then on the right, now you can see the settings and things associated with that form. And actually we want the field group. So we want to come in and customize which one of these properties is showing. So we'll say update form fields. And then inside of here, I'm going to get rid of points. I'm just going to hit the delete key there, delete that component, and then get rid of the giver. So we want to take whoever the logged in user is and have that be the giver. And they can choose who the receiver is. And then we'll give a default value for points of 1. So we'll save that. That's our new form. Or actually, we'll just kind of leave it there. That's our new form. And then we can go into our save button. So if we look over here on the left, we have our save button, and we can define the actions. So it's got validation here that we can do. Then we have a save form, and we can actually trigger this or customize this to add the columns that we want. So we'll say that the points value, we'll say points will default to a value of 1. And then we'll add another column for the giver. So we'll scroll down and select our giver down here. And then inside of here, we can do handlebar syntax. So our double curly braces will allow us to have access to basically JavaScript variables. So we can take the current user and do ._ID. So this will get the currently logged in user and use that as the giver, so that we won't let them choose that. We know who it's actually coming from because it's coming from a logged in user. So let's go ahead and save this. And if we go ahead and run this, we hit the play button in the top right. We will see we've got our James Kudos app. We couldn't find any information to display yet because we don't have any. Let's go to the Kudo page. There's the list. Let's go to create new. Let's say James did a great job. And then we'll choose the compressed FM account there because I'm logged in with my Gmail. Go ahead and save this. And now we have our record that's saved inside of it, which is pretty cool. So we have our basic CRUD functionality already kind of figured out for us. Now we need to customize this a little bit to, I want to show a leaderboard of the Kudos, and I want to show the accumulated points that people have gotten. So if I were to add a new one here, we could say good or great job. Again, we could choose the same person. We'll save this data. We'll come back to our Kudos. You see that we have the receiver at compressed FM with 2 points. So we want to somehow accumulate all of those. And just for demo purposes, let's do another good job. And let's give one to me, the Gmail account. So we'll save this. So now we have 2 for compressed and 1 for Gmail. And now we need to figure out how do we display this in a format that is showing the leaderboard of total accumulated kudos. All right, so let's go back into kudos and let's go back to our data because we're going to add a property here in our data that will actually sum up those values for the individual user. All right, so what we're going to do is in the users table, go ahead and add another column, and this column will be named total received kudos. And then we want this thing to be a formula. So this is where we can start to customize what those things are that get saved in our database. And in this case, we're going to add in a formula that's going to be a JavaScript function. Now, this is where we can add JavaScript to our application and this be a low-code solution where you don't have to write code unless you want to, and you can fill in some gaps that way. So we're going to do a basic accumulator pattern here. We're going to start with a count of 0. We're going to iterate through for let of, or let kudo of. And then now we need to grab all of the received kudos. And we can do that with this syntax here, where we type in the value of the column that we're looking at. So let kudo of received kudos, so the $sign and then parentheses. We want to get each one of those, and then we'll say count is going to be plus equals, and then we'll parse int of the kudo dot.